This is not the same Golden State Warriors team from last year. Steph and company went out this offseason and reloaded. Jonathan Kuminga is looking like a potential superstar alongside of Steph. And like I said, their big key additions this year are all really going to help this Warriors team out. This is a much improved team for many different reasons, but one being Jonathan Kuminga is now the legitimate number 2 option, right? He is going right at Anthony Davis here. Everybody else will spread the floor. Of course, you have to worry about Curry in the corner. Wiggs is filling in. Draymond's filling in. Trace is running to the rim. But he's not going to need any of that. He's going to take Anthony Davis. He's going to recognize the mismatch here, assess the situation, right? So Draymond's going to clear out. And as Draymond clears out, he's going to go right at Anthony Davis, get to the spin, get to the right hand, and finish the play. That's really tough, especially over Anthony Davis, one of the best shot blockers in the world. This right here, this is a great play design. This play really works at any level. I mean, my team read it in high school last year, and it was open pretty much every time. So what you're going to do is put your best shooter here. Steph Curry is going to come set a back screen for Draymond. As Kuminga walks up, you're going to reverse the ball all the way across, right? So as this happens, Steph's going to walk up, find D'Lo as the ball's being reversed, and this puts a lot of pressure on Austin Reeves. And Anthony Davis is sagging back right here, but he's really helping nothing at all, right? So as the screen happens, I mean, first off, Draymond's wide open. Kuminga's first read should be Draymond cutting to the rim. It's not. If you have Steph Curry coming off of a down screen, that's probably a good idea to throw him the ball. But both options are open here. It's just going to be a shuffle cut with a down screen for the shooter, screen the screener action, and it is really tough to stop. And as you can see right here, it's cash. Once again, this is another really good action by Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors. So we got a back screen. Kuminga passes the ball to Draymond. We got a back screen. He's going to cut through, and then Trey Jackson Davis is going to turn around and set a down screen for Steph coming up out of the corner, right? And once Kuminga comes all the way through here, he's going to end up running off of yet another down screen set by Buddy Hield. So Draymond has a lot of options here on this play. It's extremely tough to guard. You see the down screen, and then you see the other down screen. Steph comes off this. He probably could have hit this, and I think Kuminga was going to end up coming open earlier in the corner if Draymond waited a second. He doesn't. Steph and Draymond do their little thing, and Draymond gets a floater out of it. The Warriors went out and invested, and they got a lot of dogs alongside of Steph Curry now, so they can do things like this in transition. A little bit selfish there by Kuminga. Trey Jackson Davis was literally standing on the block wide open, but they have a lot of athletic wings now. They can run the floor alongside Curry. This Warriors team is different this year. This Warriors squad also has great off-ball movement. I mean, on this play right here, Moody's going to set a down screen for Gary Payton Jr. Kyle Anderson's going to pass and cut. Kevon Looney's going to cut. Buddy Hield's going to cut. Everybody's going to be moving without the ball. And as this all happens, Buddy Hield, who they've added in free agency, who is an absolute sniper, now coming off the bench, adds yet another element to this Warriors team and just knocks it down, right? The possession ends here. Having this off the bench is going to be scary because they haven't had something like this off the bench. If this is their backup unit, which I think it probably will be, this is the first time in quite some time that they've had 5 legit NBA players, good rotation role players, coming off the bench for them in quite some time. And just watching this play, this should show you how much different the Warriors are this year. I mean, they have Kyle Anderson, Moses Moody, Gary Payton II, all really good all-around defenders. And then Kevon Looney, solid defender, great rebounder. Buddy Hield, he's out there for the scoring side of things, but this second unit is not that bad whatsoever. And as you can see, bad pass from Gabe Vincent. They're getting out and running. Slow-mo, normally he's pretty slow, but this is in slow motion. It's slowed down a little bit, and he was pretty fast right there. Gets it to Gary Payton Jr. or the second for the layup. This right here is going to be so huge for the Warriors this year. If they can get Moses Moody to give them solid production offensively, then this is going to be huge. And all this is a little post-entry pass, and then Gary Payton II is going to go screen away. It's really simple, about as simple as it gets. LeBron gets caught up just enough, and if Moses Moody's doing that, this team could be on a whole nother level. Once again, simple dribble, handoff in transition, not much to break down, and Moody just buries it. If he's going to be giving them this type of production, that is huge off the bench. Warriors, once again, defending this pick and roll to perfection. Kevon Looney does a great job there. Wiggins stays in LeBron's hip pocket, and a great job of rotating up by Kyle Anderson and Moody. This is a much better defensive team than it was last year. They're younger, they're longer, they're more athletic. Kevon ends up digging it out, hits slow-mo, who goes down and gets the dunk on the other end. I've been talking about all these other pieces that the Warriors have. Watch Anthony Davis here. This is great defense. But they have the best shooter of all time, possibly the best point guard of all time. He's 36. He's still doing stuff like this, and that's really what is going to take this team to the next level. If they want postseason success, they're going to need postseason Steph. They're going to need Olympic Finals Steph, and he can do it. I mean, you talk about getting a bucket, getting to a spot. This is extremely tough. I don't know what the King's doing up here. He's just kind of hanging out. I don't know if he knows he's on defense or not. But Draymond's going to come up here, set a screen. Max Christie is doing a phenomenal job of keeping his hands active, getting up in Curry, pause, and Curry's just going to reject the screen, go baseline, and get to his spot here in his little sidestep jumper that is really tough to stop. I mean, Max Christie plays this just about perfectly, and Curry gets to that spot and knocks it down. Another really good yet simple screen-the-screener action run for Steph Curry by Steve Kerr. Yet another play that we've ran at the high school level and works, and it works in the NBA as well. So Curry, well, first Kuminga's going to lob it in to Draymond right here. Curry's going to set the screen for Kuminga, who's just going to shape up right in front of the rim, and then Trey Jackson-Davis is going to come set the screen for Curry to come out to the three-point line. Screen-the-screener action is really tough. I mean, it makes there's very little help defense because ideally you get a little bit of a better screen and Kuminga pops, and then Christie has to stay a little bit. He doesn't. Nice screen here by Jackson-Davis and a really nice curl. Okay, so Steph could have gone this way. It would have been Christie would have had it covered up. But a really nice curl, coming to the ball, knowing where Christie is on the court, and he gets to his spot, knocks it down, and this was in the middle of him and D'Lo's shimmy off, which was pretty funny. People don't understand the gravity that Buddy Hield is going to attract. I mean, he's a guy that shoots 40% from downtown on close to 10 attempts a game, and we've seen him do this multiple times in his career. So this is just going to be a flare screen, right, for Buddy Hield. D'Lo, I mean, he's kind of in correct positioning. He's got to be here just in case whatever happens here. AD, Jackson Hayes, they're obviously locked in on Steph Curry. He's the greatest shooter of all time. You have to have 10 sets of eyes looking at him at all times, which is going to help Buddy Hield out so much this year. So he's going to come off the flare screen, right? D'Lo doesn't do much. It's not much he can do. If he wants to switch that, he'll be out of position too. So it's really just a tough play to stop. Jackson Hayes is going to come out a little bit more. Hopefully, in the regular season, Anthony Davis will be paying attention, and you get it as they're getting it to Kevon Looney. AD can rotate with him. But even if that does happen, right here they're going to get a layup. But even if this does happen, right, if they rotate correctly, Anthony Davis rotates down, and Dalton Connect rotates over to Draymond Green, who's going to be standing here wide open for a three. The greatest shooter of all time. He's getting back on defense right now, but Steph would be the next guy in that rotation. So, I mean, you really just got to pick your poison. It's going to be tough. Kevon Looney ends up getting the layup to go. This Warriors team is much better than last year, man. And yeah, this is a Warriors team that, can they compete for an NBA championship? Probably not, but this is a team that I think could easily get up to like the 5 or 6 seed this year, avoid the play-in, and be pretty solid. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.